Hello there, my name's Chris Scullion. Today is a very special anniversary for me. Today is the 2nd of May 2021, and on the 2nd of May 2006, 15 years ago, I started my first day at the official Nintendo magazine in London, which was my very first day as a professional games journalist. And so yeah, it's been 15 years since then, and even after all that time, I was at ONM for 6 years, the first 6 years of my career. And even though it has now been, let me do my maths quickly, 9 years since I left ONM, it is easily the one thing most people still talk to me about. A lot of my Twitter followers remember reading ONM when they were younger, and still have fond memories of it, and as do I. So since it's been 15 years and people still talk about it, I thought it'd be nice to kind of do a proper retrospective on the entire magazine and its entire run. Now, I wasn't there for the entire run, but I was there for the vast majority of it. And I plan to hopefully cover the entire run, not just the issues I was there. So although this is self-serving to an extent, because obviously I'm heavily involved in it, it's more about the magazine in general. And even if you don't have an interest in the magazine or you're not familiar with it, maybe you're based in America, maybe you're from another country and you're not familiar with Official Nintendo magazine, maybe you're just a young buck who doesn't remember it because you weren't born then. Hopefully this video series will still appeal to you, because it's not just about the magazine, it's about Nintendo's kind of history during that period. So yeah, very soon, not in a week or two or anything like that, because I'm just finishing off a book. Once that's done, I'm about to start a video series which doesn't have a title yet. I'm still figuring that out, but this is the kind of prologue to it, and that video series will basically look at every single issue of ONM one at a time. We'll start with issue 1, the very first issue, when I wasn't there yet. We'll get on to issue 5, which was my first issue. That's when I started. Look at this young buck right here. That's me. And we will hopefully one day, make it all the way to issue 114, the very last issue. And hopefully one day, with a tear in our eye, we'll see the final thank you drawn on Shigeru Miya and what we did when the magazine ended. So that's the plan. This will not be done over the course of a couple of months. This will take years, because there's 114 issues here, and there's going to be a lot of work involved. Each video will be me flicking through the pages, so you'll get to see every single page of ONM and its history, but we'll be stopping through each page. I'll be telling anecdotes about stories that I remember at the time, about the general workings and general makings of a magazine. And when we get to the review section, I'm going to try something interesting. We're going to go through every game that was reviewed, and I'll be capturing brand new footage of each game. And we'll be kind of looking at it from a 2021, 22, 23, 24, however long this takes, perspective. Almost re-reviewing them as such. So that could be quite interesting. So what I'm going to do in terms of the reviews, because it's not just about me, this is a group effort. I have a Patreon, for which the link is now here. I'll put it underneath. And I've got some lovely Patreon people on there already. Anyone who joins the Patreon, I've got an ONM tier, which is $3.99, because the magazine was, for the most part, £3.99. Anyone who joins that will have an input in each video. Essentially, before the video was done, I'll put a message up on Patreon saying, here are all the games that were reviewed in that issue, the upcoming issue that I'm about to do. What are your thoughts on these games? And if you're a patron, one of your opinions will be put in the video, either as subtitles or as a bit at the end of each video. I'm not figured that out yet. But essentially, this video series is going to be the definitive final chronicle of an underrated magazine. Obviously, the magazine that means the most to me. It started my career, and ensured that I'm still doing it to this day. This will be the definitive final word on it, from my point of view at least. I can't speak for anyone else. So if you're a patron, your words will be kind of fused to that, so your words will be part of the definitive final say on it. So yeah, it's exciting times. Like I say, these will take a while if I'm capturing footage of lots of games as well, and kind of replaying some of them and getting kind of a rough idea, playing through every game and kind of recapping it. That's going to take me a wee while to put together. What I will do, again for Patreon people, once I've recorded the initial video just looking at the magazine and flipping through the pages, I will put that on Patreon in its kind of unedited state, and then a couple of weeks later, once I've recorded all the footage and superimposed it over the video, that final edited version will then go on general YouTube for everyone to see. So I think that's the fairest way of doing it. So the Patreon people get all the anecdotes and the stories and the thoughts first, and then everyone else gets the full thing with all the video clips and stuff. I made a preview one a while back, which you're hopefully now seeing right now, and that's a general idea of how it's going to look, but it's still kind of not nailed down. I want to kind of figure out a way to get things looking better. I've got a better camera, which is what I'm using just now, which hopefully you approve of the quality. And yeah, we'll be superimposing clips and stuff over the video so that you can, it's not just me talking for what will, let's face it, be a couple of hours at a time, because these are going to be long videos, not designed to watch in a single run. These will be come and go as you please. So yeah, exciting times. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. You won't be seeing my face in it, thankfully, a lot, because let's face it, lockdown has affected us all physically. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. Like I say, it'll be a 3-tier story. It'll be the story of me going from this fresh-faced young lad with dreams in his eyes to this tired old hack. But also be the story of the magazine, a fantastic magazine in all the ways it evolved over the years, overall 114 issues. And then just generally, like I say, it's going to be basically the history of Nintendo from the start of 2006 until, when did this end? Christmas 2014. So there's an 8-year period there of Nintendo's history where, when I started, it was low. It was the GameCube. We were doing 2-page reviews, 4-page reviews of the Ant Bully on Game Boy Advance and Monster House on GameCube. That's where we were when I started. Then the Wii coming out and exploding, the DS exploding with stuff like Brain Training and everything, and then the 3DS and Wii U coming out and kind of dipping again. So you'll get to see an entire up and down for Nintendo. You'll get to see the birth and then the death of plastic music controllers, a million things like this. So it's quite interesting. And obviously we'll look through the letters pages and some of the old readers' contributions and stuff, so which could be quite good fun. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Your feedback will always be welcome in this. I'm hoping it appeals to a wide range of people, not just ONM readers. And over time, hopefully this develops a bit of a following and everyone's kind of keen to see the next issue. Like I say, this is going to take years. Let's not pretend that this will be done by the end of the year. We're talking 114 episodes here, essentially. And yeah, so we'll get there. My dad has most of the issues, but I lost all my issues when we moved office, when I was basically kicked out, when I lost my job. My dad's got all the issues still. He's even got a wee box with all the free gifts in it, so we'll maybe have a look at some of those. And yeah, there may be a point later down the line after I left where I might need to borrow some issues from people, but we'll get to that. That's years down the line. And hopefully, if any of the former staff are reading this and want to get involved, it'd be great to do interviews at some point over the course of this, so that it's not just my take on the issue, and we can have like stories from other people as well. So if Lee or Chandra or Tom East or Matthew Castle or Joe Screbbles or Kate Gray or Fred Dutton or Steve Hogarty or anyone else who was involved in the magazine, Martin Mathers obviously, is keen to get involved, give me a shout, and yeah, we'll have a chat. But until then, that's all. Hopefully all is well with you and everyone's safe and healthy and happy, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully you are too. Bear with me till I get my book out of the way and we'll get the first episode done, but I just wanted to do this video today because today is my 15th anniversary and it's an important day for me. And yeah, let's hopefully give the magazine a final send-off an extremely long final send off that'll take years to do, but a send off nonetheless. That's the important thing to bear in mind. And yeah, I know it's amazing. It's been 15 years. I know I still look 18 myself, but yeah, it has really been that long. So it's interesting to see that people who were kids when they read the magazine are now fully grown adults and still talking to me on Twitter. That makes me feel ancient, even though, like I say, I don't look it. But yeah, we'll see how that progresses over time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like I say, the Patreon links in the description and everything. If you're not interested in that, don't worry about it. It's not essential to watching the videos. The videos will come regardless. Just if you're a patron, you'll get them the unedited version early, and you'll get to put your comments in the video. Your comments will be kind of part of the videos. But other than that, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you later when we're ready to go. Have a good one.